The 6 personal perspectives. When it comes to real estate, we have to commit to self-mastery, commit to the 80-20 principle, move from E to P, which I've actually removed that slide from here, so sorry in advance. Make being learning-based a foundation of your action plan, but don't make it your whole plan. I think that that's the biggest thing, is that we go, let's learn. That's great. But if we're not out knocking on doors and doing what we need to do, then all that learning is not going to be super useful. So remove your limiting beliefs. That's what held me back when I first started this, was my limiting beliefs, and be accountable. Let's see if this slide, yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so commit to self-mastery. Know your goals in real estate, know your strengths and your weaknesses, and know how to work with both your strengths and weaknesses to seek and master the necessary knowledge, skills, and habits to reach your goals. So the first question is, what are your goals in real estate? What do you want to do? Carrie?
Sell houses.
Sell houses, yes. But what's your goal? Well, your goal is to retire.
My goal is to be able to retire with an income. Yeah.
With an income. What kind of income?
Real estate income. I'm doing real estate, retire from my regular job, and earn an income selling real estate.
And in order to retire from your regular job, what kind of
income? But my short-term goal is a minimum of 2 houses a year.
Perfect.
Because that will, like, financially, that's what we figured out will be helpful for the next 5 years until I do an early retirement.
Awesome.
And then I want to be able to retire early. So.
But then the question is when you retire, what kind of income from real estate do you want to be?
Oh, I haven't even dared to dream.
Dare to dream? Okay, we're gonna get there. Aria, what kind of income would you want to make in this career?
Any income which is enough to make you not think before, but when the month goes by, you don't have to think.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough.
Yeah, so your bills are paid and stuff is covered. Elsie, are you doing administration, or are you going right into trading?
Girl, I'm going right in.
Yes, good. So what's your goal? Like, how much do you want to make in this career? Now, when it comes to discussions about how much we want to make in this career, it's not uncommon to talk about it. It's called GCI, which is our gross commission income. And it's a pretty big conversation in real estate. So in the past, we've all kind of been told, like, you don't ask someone what they make. And that's fine, but you keep it to yourself. That's perfectly appropriate. But the gross commission income conversation comes up a lot in real estate because it's how we gauge how well we're doing. So gross commission income is what, like, at the end of the day, is before, what would you want to make? And don't hold back. Don't hold back. You want to make 250
as much as I possibly can, but 100K. Okay?
Perfect. It's a great number. Easy to do. 100K in this business, that's a piece of cake. So each deal in Barrie averages about 14,000 in commission. Now, if you're on a team, it's going to be half of that likely. So 14,000 in commission for each deal. So 100K, it's less than 10 deals. Can you do 10 deals?
If I work my ass off, which I want to be doing.
You can. RT, what would be your ideal goal for making in real estate GCI?
Well, I kind of feel bad because I'm in a group of very modest people, and my answer is like $500,000 on a bad year.
Yes.
So
don't feel bad. That's amazing. You just know you got to go out and get it. Like, the sky's the limit in this industry. Like, for me, I want to make, like, I don't have crazy goals. It's not that I don't have crazy goals. I'd love to do more things, but like, my goal this year is 150,000. So it's attainable. Like, I can get to that point. I'm on a team, so it's a little different for me. I'm not an individual agent, so I don't keep my full commission. You want to make $500,000 a year? we're going to do the numbers and see how many deals you have to do to $500,000 a year so that you can get out and go and get them. And then we break it down into small little pieces. So we take it from what you need to do a year to do $500,000, and then what do you need to do a month and then a week in order to get that. So you have a new goal?
I love it. What is it? I could retire if I could make minimum 75,000, then I could retire like immediately.
Right now. That's amazing. It's like you can change things in this business because we're our own boss. We control it. If we don't want to get up and go and do it, we don't go do it. We don't make money. So strengths and weaknesses. Do you guys have an idea about what your strength is when it comes to possibly real estate, like Aria? What would your strength in real estate be?
I think I'm very oriented towards paperwork, having things in order, and having things done when it's the deadline, before the deadline, that's all.
Terry?
I'm a people person.
I know.
But, and I don't know. I just I did this 20 years ago for 4 years, and I just know that I loved it. I love every part of it. I love introducing a house to a new family and watching them fall in love with it and helping them get it. So just my passion for that and my loving to work with people is the main thing.
Elsie, what's your strength?
I think I have a huge willingness to learn, and I love people. Like I love talking to people. I love everything about people.
That's awesome. That's great. RT?
Yes, my mic's on. Sorry. I was just making notes while everyone else was talking as well already. And that'll come through because I'm about to say my drive, work ethic. I have a bachelor's degree in rhetoric and media studies. So marketing sort of comes naturally. In a sense. I mean, there's always, you have to adapt to changing markets and be on top and know what's happening in the social media world and in the actual world as well. But it's something that I have a good foundation in. Fast learner, and I'm adaptable, highly adaptable.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go
Gone through
around
a lot of I've done a lot of different things. I mean, when I introduced myself, I gave you just a little snapshot, but I've done so many things and worked in so many different fields, you know? And so my ability to connect with different types of people, I think is, pretty up there.
That's great. That's great. I'm not going to ask weaknesses, mostly because you know what they are, but we don't need to do all. Just work past and write them down so you know what you need to work past, but let's not dwell. Like, it's kind of like flush them out. Like, you know what they are, focus on fixing them. Like, I know my big strength when it comes to this career is I'm likable. It's that simple. People like me, so they work with me. And it's when you're in a room and you're facing another person trying to convince them to work with you, we all do the same thing as realtors. Most of us, at least the decent ones, do. We take professional photos, we post it on MLS, we make sure we market it properly, we make sure we price it properly. So a lot of us do the same thing. So when we're in a room with someone, what a lot of the time comes down to, not always, but a lot of the time it comes down to likability. They just have to like you better than the person that was there before you or after you. So a big thing for that is being authentic, like just being who you are. So I think that is an amazing, I don't have, I am not as accomplished with the social media stuff. Like, I'm so bad at that. I'm on a team with a bunch of Gen Zers because I'm nervous to get in front of the camera. And so I get them to give me like, okay, Sarah, time to go out and do it. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to like stand in front of the camera and do the social media stuff. So I'm envious of the people that are good at the marketing. I have leveraged that because that's my weakness. So not fun. So commit to the 80-20 principle. So the 80-20 principle is 80% of your actions 20% of your actions lead to 80% of your results. I did a lot of working to work, making a website, making business cards, making social posts when I was younger and I wasn't as afraid to do it. It was a lot of working to get ready to work. It wasn't actually doing the 20% of the business that I needed to do, the 20% of the actions to get the 80% of results. This 20% here is really talking about lead gen. It's really just talking about lead generating in whatever capacity you do. Like, you don't have to knock on doors and you don't have to make phone calls, but being a part of talking to people in the schoolyard, my son's basketball, I talk to the parents basketball, I do a ton of different things just in my own way. I didn't love door knocking and phone canvassing. Another one of my weaknesses is I'm very emotional. So when someone hangs up the phone on me or slams the door in my face, until very recently, as I've gotten older, it's hurt my feelings. Yeah. And when I started this in my 20s, I was very sensitive to that. So now I've started to care less if someone doesn't like me. But it was hard for me to get out and do the phone calls. So just remember that like, what's your success list? Not your to-do list, like make a website, make business cards. What's your success list? Okay, yes, we have to get business cards, but you can still do this business without business cards. I haven't used a business card in forever. So I only got a website last year, I think, and I don't think anybody's ever been on it. So we don't need those things in order to get it and do this to ourselves. So lead gen is the focus. I took out number 3. I took out E to P. I don't know why I did that. All right, so make being learning based the foundation of your action plan. So you can see it here. Through your trivial pursuits lead to nowhere. Stuff like Ignite and Bold, when there is a goal in mind for each of these things, like I'm going to tell you guys to reach out to people after this, not here, like on your own time, but I want to see that you've talked to 10 people. So even without a license, you can still reach out to friends and let them know that you're almost licensed. And then when you are licensed, you're going to hit the ground running. So there's other courses throughout real estate. Bold, which is one of them. That one does cost money. This is free. That one does cost money. It was, I think, 1,100 American. No, David, do you know how much it was?
1,200 Canadian.
1,200 Canadian. Okay. But Bold, you go, you sit in a group, and I can't even remember what they teach you, other than the fact that they make you do certain tasks by certain times, or they hold you accountable in front of everybody. When I started Bold, that's what changed my career. So I started off with doing like the first couple of years sucked. Third year, I think I did 2 deals and a lease, and then I did Bold, and then I did 11. So it went from one to the other. And you don't have to do Bold. I would recommend doing it, but it does cost money. I didn't have the money to be a part of Bold, if I'm being honest, at that time. It just wasn't something that I could do, but I figured it out. And so I highly recommend doing Bold if you have the time to do it. It's a big commitment, though. Remove your limiting beliefs. This is a big one. So, unlimiting beliefs. When you unlimit your thinking and you unlimit your success. I don't have enough time for training. I can't be successful in this market. I can't devote 3 hours each day to lead generating. Those are all limiting beliefs. My biggest limiting belief is that when I first got licensed, I had a 1-year-old. And here is my first year got this. Those first 2 years, they were a lot. I had a 1-year-old. This is gonna suck. I was freshly widowed. My husband had just died when my son was 1. So I'm remarried, happily remarried with another kid. But that first year was a very traumatic year. And I kept on saying to myself, like, I can't do this with a baby on my own. I can't do this with him on my own. This is too much. And I kept on putting it aside and putting it aside. And then I was still needing to work. So I was still trying to make those cards and make that website and do all of those things, which I never ever got launched until like last year. So I held myself back from that. Well, even when I had my daughter years later, I realized I can do all of that stuff. In fact, it was a little bit easier because at that point in time, when someone would ask me to do something, I'd ask more questions. So time away from my daughter meant that I had to ask a lot of questions to get the time to go out there and do those things. I found that having those conversations and getting back out and dropping my son off at school and tackling moms in the schoolyard and doing all those things, I always thought I couldn't do it, but the fact of the matter is I could do all of it. And I have, at this point, my husband travels ridiculous amounts, left for 7 months to Calgary, left me with 2 kids, 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a fish, and 6 acres of property during the fall. And he left me to do all those things. Last year, I had the best year I've ever had. I managed to do all of that. And I had someone being like, I don't know how you do it. I'm freaking tired is how I do it, but I did it, and we can all do it. Like we can all do it. And you go, I don't want to hear, I don't know if I can do this or not. Yes, you can. You can. Because if I can do that, you can do this. And I don't have a hard life. I have a wonderful life. But like some things aren't easy. So just don't let any sort of limiting belief hold you back. You are capable of doing all of this. And it doesn't sound like anybody here has those, so I'm not worried. But life happens, reality shows us. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't seek reality, ignorance, asks no questions, seeks reality, awareness, fights reality, acknowledges reality, blames, owns it. I'm big on that. I make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes. And I have made some huge mistakes in real estate on contracts, and I'm very good at contracts. I've made some big ones. And you just never do it again. You never make the same mistake twice. So own it, find solutions, get on with it, come up with an action plan, look at the possibilities. So this one especially is mostly about mindset. Mission. So Keller Williams has a mission. And this is what it is. I'd recommend that at one point in your career, you make a mission for yourself. We just did it for our team. Keller Williams' mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. And that is because we talk about the downline. And does anybody know about the profit share?
I think you have people signing up under you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make you money. It does for sure. I have people underneath me, and if they cap, it's not a huge amount, but sometimes
It's based on profits or revenue? Profits, right?
it's based on profits. It's based on profits and how much they make. So if they're not making any money, then there's no money going into the brokerage, and then there's no money coming to me. But on the like normal years, between $1,500 to $1,600 a year, which is not a lot of money. but it's still $1,500 or $1,600. I didn't-
If there's a membership, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's your real estate membership for
Yeah.
some of your boards. Yeah. All right. So our KW belief system, win-win or no deal. I'll send you guys these slides. We don't have to go through everything. Integrity, do the right thing. That's a big thing. Is integrity. Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication seeks first to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, equity, opportunities to all. Does that make sense?
It could have like a
Excellent.
colon opportunity.
Yeah, right? Very well. Anyways,
Or equity. Yeah.
success results through people. Equity, that's his equity. Wouldn't it be equal results, equal opportunities for all? Not equity?
Kind of the same.
Really? Okay, well,
It would
anyways,
be equity, like equals opportunities for all.
sure.
Should be equality.
Yes, equal. Anyways, connect and connect live. All right, I'm gonna skip this stuff. Let's get to the good stuff. Command. Okay. So have you guys heard of Command yet? Has Dave talked to you about it? Or Tina?
I have used it a little bit before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Command is our KW. It's basically it's our CRM. So it's all of our contacts, our smart plans. It comes free with KW. It is a cloud-based thing, so you can use it anywhere. And basically, all of my contacts are in Command. I start them on smart plans and emails, and that's where they get their birthday emails, and they're started on those.
I just set up my first smart plan.
Did you? Perfect. So they're all, a lot of them are created. You can create your own if you're more creative. I'm not super creative. So Command will be a big thing. We're not going to talk too much about it here, but when you guys are both set up, if you want to have a one-on-one with me and Command, I can kind of give you the basics of it. All right, the Command app, same thing. It's not great if I'm being totally honest. All right. So we talked about our goals and our big life, and as we say at Keller Williams, our big why. So why are you doing this? We know you want to retire. That's your big why. Why do you want to make the change that you want?
I want my wife to retire.
You want your wife to retire. I love that. Elsie, what do you want to do with your big why? If you said you want to make $100,000, which is great and easy, you can do that. No problem. What do you want to do with your life when you're making?
I'm sorry, I'm having problems with hearing you right
Oh,
now.
sorry.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Full time. Is it not working, Dave? Oh, there it is. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Sorry.
Don't click on it.
Hello.
You're good. Yeah, that's good.
So my question for you is, thank you. My question for you is, you've said you wanted to make 100,000 GCI, which is amazing. And it's totally doable. So why? Why do you want to make that? What's your big why? What's super important to you?
So I'm first generation Canadian in my family, and I'm the first female in our family on both sides to kind of strive towards a career goal. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I just want it to be like a big screw you to the males in my family. Like, girls can do it too.
I like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ariane, dude. But I love that. Yes.
Big motivator.
And Aria's thing back here was that his wife could retire. He
I
wants his
want, I
wife
want,
to
I
be
want her to be able to work for leisure than to make things work for.
yeah, he wants her to work for because she loves it, not because she has to. And I love that. That's Elsie. Come and tell my daughter that. Come and tell my daughter. I love it. That's amazing. Archie, what are you thinking?
So I
Oh, did you freeze? No, you're frozen.
am I back?
You're back. Okay.
So I want to create a empire of a sort, and have generational wealth for my daughter and my grandchildren, be able to afford her the healthiest life possible, and give her all of the opportunities that I can. And education is important to me, so I want to be able to afford whatever it is she wants to do. I want to be able to fund it without any stress or worries around it. That's my main big thing, and also a little bit of a screw you to some of my family members, Elsie. So I really do get that.
That's awesome.
They're all in the spring.
Yes, everyone's on a like stick it to the man.
Rampage.
Love it. I think that especially the education side to be able to support her to go and do anything she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like do anything you want. I had a neighbor growing up. He had 3 sons. This is not just one of those stories. They walked across the bridge. No, the 3 sons who were great guys. I grew up with them. They've been my neighbors my whole life. Their dad had told them that if they got 90% in school, he would pay for their education. Well, he kind of did that thinking it wasn't going to happen. Well, all 3 boys didn't just get 90%. They got like high 90s throughout high school. And then all 3 of them went on to get their PhD in something. So we've got one sustainable farming, we've got a aerospace dynamics, and an artificial intelligence. These 3 boys, these 3 neighbors of mine. And when I was asking their dad, I'm like, I bet you regret that, because he's an architect. They're a well-off family, but I was like, I bet you regret that. And he's just like, I don't regret my sons being successful and doing well. He's like, I just wish I told them that they need to get 99%. So the fact that you want your daughter to be able to do whatever she wants, that's really what I want for my kids too. I want them to be.
I think every parent feels that way to a degree, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just want the best.
I love those big whys. They're all amazing. So to achieve success, you need motivation and inspiration for doing it. And that's what your big why is. Come up with these goals, choose them to be your goals, and then push for it for yourself and for your big why. Oops. Okay, so where your commission dollars go, this is going like right back to the very like basics of real estate. Where your commission dollars go. The other agent, when it comes to listings, right? Your market center, we pay a good chunk out to the market center, David, but it's true. And the market center gives us a lot for it. Business expenses, we're talking everything. Gas, listing photos, taking a client out for lunch, David buying me lunch today because I was complaining that I was hungry. The business expenses happen for everything. Like flights to Vegas when you're going there for a course, like parking at the Park and Fly. So that's where a lot of that goes. Taxes. So much goes to taxes. My biggest advice when it comes to taxes, take it out. Take it out right when you get it. Take your dollar, which is, this is American dollar, so But take your $10,000, take 30% out for taxes, and then take your 15% out for your savings. Like that's what you do. And then there's going to be expenses in there somewhere. But taxes, just take it out. You're going to regret it when you got tax time, and you'll, especially if you want to make 500 grand, for the love of God, you will need taxes put aside. So everybody, I would recommend getting a business account. Firstly, finding a good bookkeeper and a good accountant. I have a bookkeeper, she does my bookkeeping quarterly. Good bookkeeper, good accountant, get a tax account, get a business tax account, and get credit card, business credit card, and a business account.
At what threshold do you open a business?
Open a corporation?
Yeah.
That's a whole different story, and I don't know.
But this is not, you're not about that?
Pardon?
You're not talking about opening a.
I'm not. I just opened a regular business account, a regular business credit card, and then I have another account with high interest that I put my taxes in.
What's the difference? I think it's the same.
An incorporation means you pay less taxes, and you have to keep a chunk of your money in your business.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be getting you shouldn't be incorporating until you can keep 80% of your funds in your business. And I'm just at that point where I could keep 80% of my funds in the business. But you could pay people, you can pay the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but talk to an accountant.
9,000 a year.
Yeah, talk to an accountant, because I'm not 100% sure. And then the rest is take home. Look, they blocked this out for you. It's cruel. Look, is that what they're trying to say? Taxes are worse right there? Oh.
We are, Keller Williams is American, right?
Keller Williams is an American company.
What happens when the tariffs come in and they say it's only going for Canadian, then what do we do?
We're independently owned.
I had a friend who works for Royal Enfield the other day, put a thing, we are purely Canadian. Like, I can't say that.
We're not. We're an American company, but you know what? They are American counterparts. Like, we've been down to Vegas for family reunion, and they love their Canadian agents, right? Bunch of crazies. All right, so this is that example of hitting your goal. Okay, so write down. Let's start by total gross commission income. Okay, I'm going to go to a different page here. Give me 1 second, guys.
This needs to be rated.
Pardon?
This needs to be rated from 9,000 to 14,000.
Yes, we are going to do an actual GCI calculator here. Where am I going? Home. All right. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Share this tab instead. Okay. I'm sharing a different tab with you guys. I can send you a copy of this. This is the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, the economic model. This little form here is super awesome. It's also very hard for me to do, to show you both of this at the same time. So Elsie, can we, oh, there you are. Look at that. Allow this time. All right. Elsie, let's start with you. How much net income you said you want to make? Are you still there, or are you off for a second? Oh, you are. You're on mute.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I wasn't even looking. I was just like,
Okay.
Elsie, we'll start with you. You have a nice round number. Okay. You want to make 100 grand, right?
Yeah.
Let's type in $100,000 right here. $100,000. Okay. So, and I can send this to everybody here so they have it. This is like a beautiful breakdown of what you're going to do. We're going to do it with everybody. So I've done it with you.
Sorry?
Have I done this with you before?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So $100,000. Now, expenses and cost of sales. So expenses are like gas and all that stuff. Cost of sales are, I think cost of sales here are considered our cap and everything. they say 35,000. So if you want to do 100,000, this is a little steep, folks. I don't think that's the case. We can probably go, depends. Well, Elsie, you're on a team, so we can probably do 10 and 10. So maybe 20,000 total. All right, so that means you need to make a GCI of 120. Did you want to keep that GCI at 100 and then you would only take home 80? Or do you want to make your goal 120 so you can take home 100?
Make it 120.
Yes. Okay. So average commission amount in Barrie depends on the average home price in Barrie. We estimate it's about 14,000 per commission, but if you're on a team, we might want to take it down ever so slightly. So maybe make it 9. All right. So at 120 gross income to make 100 net, you need to sell a total with a $9,000 average commission. If it was a 14,000, it'd be less. See, there's that under 10 I was talking about. So as a team agent at 9,000, you need to sell 13.3 units at our average cost in Barrie. So that's going to vary because you might have $1 million house and then the commission on $1 million house is 25,000. So this is just a.
And that case, the expenses, 10,000 will also become zero, right?
Not necessarily. She'll still have to pay for gas to get to each house. She'll still have
Is it true that all your annual subscription, everything is taken care of by the company, the team then, or do you have to pay for it?
You still have to pay for
Your MLS and all
Yeah.
those things? You have to pay for it?
Yeah, MLS gas. Team only covers that, what, like photos, posting, whatever,
Okay.
that stuff. So 13.3 units in a year is what you need to get. Now, we can go down even further and break this down. So listing side. Firstly, do you want to be listing heavy or buy heavy? Do we know? You say listing? Elsie, would you prefer
Are
to
you
be?
asking me?
Yeah.
I'd want to be listing.
Listing, yeah. So the listing is the good one to be. So when it comes to listing and buys, you can basically manage about 7 buyers a month without making your head pop off like a top. But listings take half that time. So it's a higher risk to sell when it comes to listings. So we're going to put, do you want to keep it at 50-50, 50 listings, 50 buyers, or do you want to change it?
Keep it.
Keep it. Okay, perfect. So you'll need 6.7 listings for the whole year. Your sold conversion rate, we're going to put at 70,000 because 70%, because there is a small chance that we don't sell a listing. Hopefully, that's not the case. We can probably even bring that up to 80%. But yeah. So, and then appointment conversion rate. When you first start, that conversion rate is going to be a lot lower. Like you might get 60% of your appointments as opposed to 75. But then as you get better, there's more of a chance you're going to get 90%. So let's go with 75% because you've got Nikki in your corner. So, and she knows how to close a deal. So we've got 50% listings. That means you need total seller listings sold 6.7 for the whole year. Total listings needed 8.3. And then total seller appointments needed, you need 11. So that breaks down to a total seller appointments of pretty much 1 a month. So you need 1 appointment for a listing a month. Don't forget, we still have the buy side. Whoops. Can you see the buy side there? I can't. Hold on. Buy side is the same. Conversion rate's probably a little higher here. Appointment rate, again, probably a little higher when it comes to buyers because there's usually not as much appointments. So you need 2 appointments a month, Elsie. If you get 2 appointments a month, one for listing and one for buyer, then your conversion to getting those listings from that appointment into selling them or having someone purchase a house should work out to be about 13.3 or 14 deals a year, which is going to make you your money. So how do you get those 1 appointment a month? That 1 appointment, 2 appointments a month really is what you need for listing and buy. How do you get them? Firstly, you got to blast off to all your friends and make sure they know the most powerful thing we have is our sphere of influence. Pardon me. Is our sphere of influence. Don't rely on them though. I've had my own friend choose to buy and sell with somebody else, so don't rely on your sphere of influence. She's entitled to do that. Didn't mean I was happy about it, but sphere of influence, social media, like how many people do you have on social media? They're all going to see it. And then you're going to network, and you can network any way you see fit. So you're in a school all the time.
Yeah.
Network. I used to do Safe Arrival just to network. Seriously. That was all right. Does anybody else want to plug their numbers into the GCI calculator while we're here? Artie, let's do you. That's the same as you.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 appointments. 2 appointments. Okay, Archie, let's do you.
I came up with 4.1
4.1 what?
listings that I need per month.
4.1 listings a month. Okay,
Yeah.
love that. Look at you doing math all quick. Your expenses are going to be way higher because in order to do, whoa, 50 grand. We're missing a 0 there. Your expenses are going to be higher for sure. And the reason that they're going to be higher is because in order to manage 60 deals a year, because you see what that number is down there. This is on the low expense side, but in order to manage 60 deals a year, you are going to need an army or you will burn yourself out. And there's no need to do that. Leverage is the most magical thing. And you don't have to leverage just admit, like at 500,000 a year, you should have, Dave, can I have you for this? At $500,000 a year, how many admins? At least 3. At least 2 administrators. So your expenses are going to be higher. So that will be probably closer to 60,000 just for your admins. And this is very doable. So let's say $60,000 to $100,000 in expenses. And then the cost of sales is going to be higher, but that's naturally going to happen when you make that much. So you're going to have to do, yeah. So listings,
45, yeah.
that's total sellers listings. So
That's
you need
number of appointments or number of conversions.
this top one here, right here, is total seller listings sold. So she needs to sell 40 houses a year. And then she needs to total buyers about 40 also, and about 9 appointments a month. All possible.
Yeah.
It's all possible. And you just got to leverage. So just remember that when you start getting to that 25 deal mark a year, so as you're doing 25 deals, at that point you need an administrator. Less, I'm going to say. You'll need an administrator.
How many? I need an administrator at 20?
Yeah, 20. I would say even less, maybe. Dave would know better than I do. But that administrator, even though it goes into those expenses, they should be freeing up your time enough to pay for themselves. So like you're going to need, at 20 deals, you're going to need an administrator. You can probably start off with a VA a virtual administrator.
Yeah.
And then you can get to another administrator. And then once you have that, then you might want a buyer agent so you can have more time with your daughter. So now you pay a buyer agent to go out and do that stuff. And then you can get a listing agent, and then you can get a managing. So I'm a director of sales for a team, and that's what I do. I manage the team's stuff. I also trade myself, but I manage the team's umbrella. I have the younger agents coming to me asking what to do. Yeah.
I have a question. Are you familiar with like Office Exec, their business model? Oh, so my question is basically, does my administration staff have to be like specifically trained in like real estate, like stuff like that, or can it be like a general? So like Office Exec, for example, they do that kind of stuff. So like I would have like someone to answer phones and all of that, and like but it's just like a secretary basically.
It's going to depend on what you need, but you definitely need a real estate trained administrator.
Okay.
For sure. Because so I have a virtual administrator and a client care person, and the person that does the client care doesn't need to be as trained as much because she puts together like thank you gifts and pop by things, and she kind of organizes client events or social media events or those things. And then the VA, who our VAs are amazing. He files all the paperwork, he can load a listing, he does all of that. Anything that can free you up to lead generate more. That's what their job is. And you don't just have to leverage when it comes to building your business. You can leverage in your personal life also. Like, it was important for me that when I am home, because when I'm working a lot, when I am home, I want to be with my kids. I don't want to be doing laundry. I don't want to be doing things that I don't need to be doing if I want to spend time with my children. So I leverage a housekeeper. And the housekeeper comes in and she does my freaking laundry. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but how much time as a mom do you spend doing laundry?
No, because I've already done that. I not the same thing. I don't have a housekeeper yet. I will soon enough, but I drop off my laundry and pick it up. I drop it off in the morning and pick it up at the end of the day. And I don't do laundry. I haven't done a long time since I've done laundry. I don't do dishes because I have a dishwasher for that. I am with you, Sarah. I get you.
If, any of that extra time.
I don't buy anything. I will not accept a gift of a dish or any. If it's not dishwasher safe, I do not want it. It's not coming in my house. It's
super important. Like my housekeeper's pregnant right now. I'm like panicking.
Oh no.
Like, what do I do? I love her. I'm like, what am I gonna do when you're not here? She's like, I have somebody that will fill in. I'm like, not the same. So it is just, you don't have to leverage all administration stuff. Leverage your personal life too, so you can have that time at home with your kids. Like, it's just as important, and you'll regret it. And I'm not sure if I'm sure you guys know who Peggy Hill is. Peggy Hill is a huge agent down here. How many deals does Peggy do?
She's the top in Simcoe.
She's the top agent in Simcoe County
By a mile.
by a mile. That doesn't give me numbers. Rough numbers? 1,000?
I can give me 2 seconds.
She's going to find out. Peggy, when I spoke to her once, said her biggest regret was the time she lost with her kids when they were young, while she was building her empire. So she didn't do it as well as she said that she could have. So go into it knowing you're going to leverage so that you can have that time, so you can still build your empire, because it's all possible. You can do it all. Like, we are capable of doing it all. So let's go back to this.
She did over 200 deals.
What? That doesn't make sense. Only 200?
Just in like the berry market.
Last year?
2023.
This makes sense.
With a team, right? Not alone.
Just her? Or the whole team? Come on, Dave. He's saying that she only did 200 deals, but I think that is not correct.
There's 192.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
How many agents does she have on her team?
25 or something. 25. There are 9 people on my team. And I think I got to check with Andrew. But I don't know how many. We did a good chunk last year. Hey, Zoom link isn't on Facebook. Whoops. All right, so powerful conversations get results. So I'm big on having conversations, lead generate, uncover motivations, identify objections, close deals, speak in terms that the customer understands, and build confidence. So I have a book, I love it, it's in my bag, it's called The Fierce Conversation. I also have another book, it's called What to Say, I think. I'll have to pull it from my bag. It is having conversations. I said at the very beginning of this, one of my strengths was that I'm likable. And that comes from a point of trust. So when I meet somebody and have a conversation with them, I do something called mirror matching. I try to match that person's energy. And when you match that person's energy, whether it's a client or somebody else, when you match that person's energy, they start to trust you.
620.
620. There we go. That's better. So Peggy Hill did 620 deals. So, hi Joyce.
Oh, she's a VA.
Okay. So that mirror and matching helps people trust you. When they trust you, they want to work with you. So if I have a little old lady, and I was talking to someone on my team about that today, because when he was doing his cold calls, he was answering the phone. A little old lady would answer the phone and be like, "Hey, it's Drew calling." Sorry, Drew. I hope you didn't hear that. But he's like, "Hey, it's Drew calling. I'm a local real estate agent." And I had said to him, like, next time an old lady answers the phone, bring that down a few notches. He did it right away because I think he was amping it up because I was there. And the next time he answered the phone, he went, "Hi, or like, hi there, it's Drew. How are you today?" Like a much calmer tone. And she started having a conversation with him. So that mirror and matching is really important. And there's something called the DISC profile. So it kind of identifies personality types. Like I can tell by talking to a lot of you what your personality type might be. And then I try to mirror and match what you're comfortable with because that brings you out of your shell. I'm what's called a high I. I am chatty, sometimes annoyingly. Sometimes I dance around the point. You ask me a simple question and I answer it for 20 minutes, opposed to just getting to it. And my personality and a high D personality, which is right to the point, which Archie is what I think you are, can sometimes, the high D sometimes don't love me. It's not that they don't like me, it's just sometimes I'm annoying to that personality type. So I know that if I'm in a listing appointment with the high D and I see that personality come out, I have to tone it down so far or I'm going to drive them insane. So you might have to tone up your personality quiet and kind of that takes time. And mirror matching is sitting like they're sitting and talking like they're talking and sometimes even dressing like they're dressing. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and if I was dressed like I was on Selling Sunset, which I love and I watch, but I don't, as you can see, am not that kind of person. If I was dressed like I was on Selling Sunset with a brand new mom with a baby on her shoulder buying a $750,000 house, I would look ridiculous. And she probably wouldn't feel super comfortable working with me. So I try to, first meeting, I always go business casual, dressy, and then I see how they're dressed. And I usually match it. Now, if they're in flip-flops and super ripped sweater, like, I mean, I'm not going that far, but you're very commonly see me in something like this. And Nikki too. That's one of the things I love about her. Whenever I see Nikki, she's always casual. We do not work in Toronto. We work in Barrie. It doesn't make sense to go all out unless you're with a client who is all out, and then go for it. And even if it's not a client that's all out and that's your personality and you love it and you want to dress like the Selling Sunset people, go nuts. You'll probably look incredible. So that is when it comes to like powerful conversations, the mirror matching, having those comfortable conversations, getting them to trust you is going to be the big deal. I'm going to skip slides because we're running out of time because I talk too much. So sphere definition, the people you have met in one way, shape, or form, and get in their move groove. So they're going to move every 7 to 10 years. Get in that groove, find out who they are. The likelihood of a move in the time, 7 to 10 years. 6 core competencies. For someone who reads as much as I do, you'd think I'd be able to pronounce things appropriately. Lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. Present to the buyers and sellers and get an agreement. Show buyers and sellers the market. Write and negotiate contracts. Coordinate the sale to close and manage the money. This is all of what we do. But in order to get those things, we have to have the conversations and get the clients. So lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. Present the buyers and sellers and get to the agreement. Okay, we just read all these. Mindset matters. That's it. That was a quick wrap. Okay, so today's, like I said, was more about like really the basics of your business, getting started, what we do, how this works. Now, there is a goal when it comes to doing this course. So the first thing is you need to choose an accountability partner. So provide a safe place to share, follow through with your action items, listen and pay attention while the other person shares, set a frequency of check-ins with each other, dig deep to find out why you do the things you do, respect each other, and process, create a commitment to and stick to it, to be open and receive feedback, and give specific feedback, and have each other's best interests in mind. So typically when it comes to Ignite, we pick an accountability partner and we're going to try to hit some goals. So who wants to do this and who doesn't? Let's start off with who wants to have an accountability partner and stick to goals. I know we got some pretty big, there we are. Awesome. We have some great goals in mind, and we get there by having somebody accountable to them.
My partner at home already does most of those things with me.
Okay, perfect. Elsie?
Who I would choose as an accountability partner?
How about you and RT work together?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Perfect. Aria, are you out?
I don't know.
I'm putting you on the spot. Okay, so then we won't have accountability partners for you too, but then I'm going to hold you to your task.
Yes,
as I do.
you're my accountability.
Is that fair? Okay, so Elsie and RT, can you guys, RT's email address, Elsie is in the chat. Can you send her an email with your phone number and details, and then you guys can email each other and set up a plan. We got 120,000, we've got 500,000.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Mush it all together and be accountable to each other. All right, so this is start with your sphere. The very first step in real estate is adding your sphere into your database. If you don't have a database yet, which Elsie and RT, you both probably don't because we don't have command, put it on an Excel. Start typing it out. Put it on an Excel. Name, first name, last name, phone number, email. You need to put it in your thing, in your command, your sphere.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I wrote.
We're going to start with that. Start by putting the people you have in your phone. How many contacts do you have in your phone, Elsie? Can you check?
Is that a trick question?
Nope, it's a true question.
I have 163.
163. Archie, how many people do you have in your phone?
I don't know, but this is my type A personality. I was a nerd in high school and throughout university. I still am a nerd, and you're going to see because after my call with Dave last week, I already did that. I already went through my contacts and everything, and I made a chart with their name, phone number, address, and other notes about them. The
Perfect.
details about what they do and like and work, where they work and stuff like that also.
And try to get their birthdays.
Birthdays.
That's
Yeah.
a big one. Okay.
I'm sorry, where can I find the email? I've never used Google
Oh, that's okay.
before.
It's just if you type on the bottom right-hand side, there's a little chat box that pops up. It says chat with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there.
Can I just send my email in there?
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get it and I'll send you an email with my information.
Perfect. So we're going to start by doing our sphere. So I want you guys to take your sphere, put it in your database if you haven't already done it, or create a database. There, Elsie, we got it. Thank you. Did you get it, Archie?
Yep, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, and then we're going to do a few things. So this is easy to do. I want you to have 10 conversations a day. You don't have to record it. We're just going to get it going. Just talk to 10 people a day. I don't care if it's not about real estate, though it should be about real estate. But as you guys are still just getting to that point, just have 10 conversations a day. I don't care if it's with a lady at the grocery store. I don't care if it's with another mom in the schoolyard. I don't care if it's with the school secretary. Like, I don't care who it is. Have 10 conversations a day. Just get out the door, and it can be your friends, Elsie. Like, have a conversation. Eventually, we're going to evolve into having a conversation about real estate. So the conversation is going to be, it doesn't have to be sales pitchy. Actually, that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. But the easiest way to tell somebody that you're a real estate agent is ask them what they do. So,
And they'll ask you what you
and
do.
they're going to ask you what you do. So what do you do? Oh, I'm a nurse. Great. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm in real estate. Or as I would do on the schoolyard, I would go onto the schoolyard and I'd be waiting for my kid and I'd be twiddling my thumbs, and then a mom would come up and I'd be like, hey, how's it going? She'd be like, how's your day? I was like, really good. I'm like, it was just crazy busy. I had a bunch of listing photographies. Oh, you did? That's great. They just think you're busy. Like, what did you do today? Today I showed this. I got $50,000 worth of commission because a mom, I was standing on the schoolyard, and I told this mom I saw the weirdest house that day. It was like the weirdest house. It was really funky. And I was like, I saw the weird. She was like, how's your day? It was good. I saw the weirdest house today. She's like, oh, let me see. And I showed her. She's just like, I love that. She bought it. And then she's just because I was talking to the mom on the schoolyard. And then on top of that, she referred me to her friend that bought 2 million and sold 1.1 million. Just from that one moment of me saying, you should see this ridiculous house. Your kids are in sports, talk to the moms there, the dads there. Your friends are at a restaurant, talk to them there, Elsie. Like, we just have 5 conversations a day. And in those 5 conversations, try to have a conversation with someone you don't know and get their contact information. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, is to go up to someone you don't know and have a random conversation. I was sitting at a coffee shop with this girl. 1 year she was in real estate. Her first year in real estate, she made $160,000. It was in the years that I wasn't doing very well. She was sitting in a restaurant, her and I were having coffee, and there was a dad sitting there with his kids. And I'm just like, I don't know how you do this. And she's like, it's easy. Watch. Hi. Your kids are so cute. You might have heard someone in real estate, actually. And she got his contact information, him and his wife, and she bought and sold their house The problem that that agent had, she didn't have a problem getting the information. She actually had a problem following up. So she would get the contacts. She had an entire book of contacts with first names, last names, emails. She got it all. And if it wasn't immediate business, she let it go. And then she never called them back. And then after 2 years in real estate, she quit because she was tired of getting new contacts,
Not following up with old ones.
but she wasn't bothering to follow up with the old ones. So the new contacts are just as important as the old contacts. Okay, so the hardest part is getting a new contact. The other thing she did is she used to walk into, someone challenged her to have 100 contacts in a day. So she walked into Home Hardware and she started asking people for their information. She was so bold, no pun intended, it was from bold. She was so bold, it was ridiculous. I was a chicken shit. There's no way I could have done that. But you don't have to do that. Just try to get one person's information. Like, we should have coffee sometime. Let me grab your name and phone number. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to try to have 10 conversations a day. And 10 conversations a day, that's 50 conversations a week. And then I want you to try to get one single contact a day. Hard. Teacher? Is there a teacher you don't have their phone number? Or
I have all their phone numbers.
That's,
I'm just gonna start adding them. I'll just pretend they're new.
yeah, that's cheating. So then we're going to try to get one contact ad a day, nothing crazy. And I want you to track all this stuff. I'm going to send you a tracker and I'll show it to you before we go. And then I want you to try to send out, if you have a conversation with Jim, and Jim's really nice, and you say, Jim, this was a great conversation. Like, the school that you're buying or selling, nobody has to know you're new. Everyone has a point, like, well, I don't want people to think that I don't have experience. They don't even ask. No one's asked me how long I've been in real estate. I tell them to gloat, but no one ever has asked me, ever. Like, so they're not going to ask. Be like, I'm just starting. Like, you don't have to say I'm just starting my real estate career. Just be like, real estate agent in Sudbury. What's your? Are you looking to buy or sell? Well, yeah, maybe next year. Perfect. Let me grab your contact information. Maybe we can chat about it. Contact information, and then once you have his contact information, send a handwritten note. The guys on my team do, today there's 5 of them walking around asking for stamps. They didn't have any stamps left. They write handwritten notes and send them out to everybody they talk to. And blast it off to everyone. It's just a little touch. And then the social media engagements, which is 5 likes a day. Sorry, 10 likes a day. That's easy. You can do them easy. Scroll through 10 likes a day, 5 comments, 1 direct message.
Are you saying give 10 likes or give 10?
Give 10 likes.
And is there somebody who does this social media who can give us some general training,
Some which?
like Facebook and Instagram training and all that?
Social media training? Well, I don't know. It's definitely not me because I am not good with social media. I just I literally take a video and send it to one of the Gen Xers on the team and tell them to fix it for me. Because
those people take a class for like 1 hour.
Pardon?
Those new guys who know what has to be done, kind of just a general thing where they can just go through how to do things.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I had a Facebook page, and when somebody asked me to, I had a Facebook account, somebody asked me to create a page. Now I have done, but I don't know how to go about it. Half the information goes there, half there, and I don't know how they are linked and all those things. So if somebody can just tell us how these things to go about.
That is,
So we'll set up a call with the Carters.
Okay.
They'll sit with you. Okay.
is it ART? Where's my note?
AA, I think it was 2 A's, wasn't it?
Where is this thing? Give me 1 second. What happened?
Lost everything.
Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so this thing here is our accountability tracker. I am going to send you a PDF copy of this tracker, and I would like you to attempt I'd like you to attempt to fill it out as much as you can. Okay, it's very simple. Number of contacts a day, number of database ads. If you wrote a note, so you put like 10 here, 1 or 0 or 2 or 5, whatever it is. If you wrote a note, not a big deal if you don't. Those are not priority. The priority is the contacts and the database ads. I love your email, Artie. You're already like, did you just create that for real estate?
Yes, ma'am.
Love it.
I also have a logo and a business card and so many things.
Yes.
I was not kidding when I said I am a nerd. I
love it.
And I'm a nerd.
I am
But
also.
I do like you.
Pardon?
I do like you though. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean that you didn't like it. No,
Yeah,
I
I
should
know what you
clarify.
mean.
I didn't mean that you didn't like me.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I have a lot of my husband is actually that personality trait that I was describing.
Yeah.
It's not that I could be wrong. It's not that personality trait doesn't like me. It's that a lot of the time they can only take me in doses, including my husband, which is
Well,
probably
it's
why I
the
travel
same
so-
with me, right? I mean, I find maybe my weakness is that sometimes I can come strong.
Oh, you
You know,
froze.
I can be a bit overwhelming. So I can also be only handled in small doses for certain people as well. So, you know, we all
Be strong and overwhelming. Be that though, like we are supposed, like with me, I'm chatty, and you know, it drives some people crazy, and other people like it, but I have the best intentions. So if you don't like, if someone doesn't like me, like that's their thing. That's okay. That's okay. But no, it didn't mean your personality doesn't like me. I meant I heard your incredible ambition through the screen. And that made me go, I think you're that personality type. And I'll tell you that the most successful realtors are that personality.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said, the first part.
Oh, I said I could feel your ambition through the screen. And that's what made me think that you were that personality type. And it's nothing but a compliment, because those personality types are the most successful real estate agents.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it was a
working
compliment.
with you and learning all that I can learn from you.
This is a good course. All the other teachers that are coming are incredible. I'm the least cool out of all of them. Dave McMurray is awesome. He's always got funny shirts. Andrew Hermiston, who's doing these trackers. Anyways, so just write your stuff in here. I'll send it to you in a PDF and then just edit it however you want. Ignite training, we've got next week is Dave McMurray. Let's stop sharing my screen. Stop presenting. So yeah, next week is Dave McMurray. After that, we've got Andrew Hermiston. He's the guy on my team. He teaches entrepreneurial studies. And he is also a top 20 agent, and he's incredible and awesome. He's the godfather of our team. We love him. Guy is coming in to teach capturing leads. Andrew's teaching lead generation. He actually is on the phone every single day. Our team's on the phone every day. That's what we do. We're lead generating people. Guy talks about capturing leads. Allison is the biggest sweetheart on the planet. She's teaching about nurturing leads, which is super important. Ian Hawking is an incredibly talented broker, and he is going to be teaching qualifying those leads, and he's really great with the legal side of things. We've got Mike, our broker of record, who's doing working with buyers and sellers and making and receiving offers, which he's the perfect person to do that. I'm not sure. Has everybody met Mike, our broker of record? He's great. Talks more than me when we're on the phone. We're done for an hour talking for her. And then we've got Dave Walker, who is an incredibly talented agent. He's got a mega team. He's going to be teaching, negotiating, and getting to the close. And that is someone, RT, I want you to talk to. All of the agents that are in here that are going to be teaching, Dave, not all, but Dave, Ian, Andrew, and Dave McMurray, they're all in that GCI bubble that you want. They are all people to talk to. Okay. So you guys are going to get an awesome learning experience from all those people. The very last course, we'll see how it goes. It'll probably be me teaching because I haven't found a teacher yet. So it might be stuck with me. But thank you for being here. And
Thank you.
doing all of this. And now I'm going to go network at my kids' basketball game. Yeah, I gotta go and pick it up. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
For being
you.
here. It was really nice to meet you both. I can't wait to meet you in person. Elsie, if you're ever in the office, I'm hardly ever here, but sometimes when I am coming.
Thank you, Sarah.
It was nice to meet you. And RT, I hope you do come down from the south when it's not as snowy.
For sure.
And I would love to meet you. I can't wait.
I can't wait to meet you as well. Thank you so much. Enjoy your
Bye,
night.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Alder.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, sorry.
From your calendar, you said some is Wednesday, but the date was actually Sunday when you post on the Google Gmail.
It's supposed to be the 19th. It says Wednesday, the 16th for February and March, but it's really supposed to be, well, it's not supposed to be the 19th because it's not even running on the 19th.
Okay, so it's
It
the,
has the wrong dates.
So the dates are wrong, but Wednesday night is all correct, right?
it's always Wednesday nights, yeah.
Okay, I'll just come Wednesday
There's
then.
one in
Okay.
March that's being skipped, it looks like, and one in February that's being skipped.
Because there's two of them posted on Sunday.
Yeah, it's always on a Wednesday.
Yeah, just a typo incorrect. That's
Yeah,
all.
I'll have that changed on the calendar.
I can send the dates here if you like, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, can you make sure that they're all Wednesday nights?
Yes, it is all Wednesday nights.
Okay, perfect.
Wednesday, just Wednesday the 16th, which isn't a Wednesday.
Okay,
It's
check
Wednesday.
next time.
I'll have to have a look at it. Thank you for awesome. Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
thank you, Aldrich. Have a good one.